Good afternoon and welcome to this weekly market update from AGM Markets. Today is the 13th, Friday the 13th today, lucky for some. What I'm going to do today is go through some technical analysis on Euro dollar, cable dollar, Swiss dollar, yen, Aussie dollar, dollar CAD and gold. Just sort of review what's been going on over the last couple of weeks because I've been on holiday. And just go through some, just go through the interesting setups that I think are dictating the markets currently, and just sort of give some sort of outlook for obviously for the rest of the weekend. But this is more of a review, obviously, because this is a Friday, so I'm going to review what's been going on, and just look at the setups that are still in play. We're not making any trade calls or recommendations in this video. You trade at your own risk. If you could please read our full disclaimer on our website at www.agmmarkets.com. And for any new followers out there, we have 3 moving averages on each of these charts. The red one is a 50 simple moving average. The purple here is a 100 simple moving average, and the gold is a 200 simple moving average. Okay, then let's have a look at the euro dollar. What has been going on? Let's have a brief look at the weekly here. There's quite a few fib setups that are still in play here. So in terms of this big fib here from the lows to, sorry, I'm just going to delete the 38.2 and the 78.6 here. Let's just focus on one sort of retracement range. Yes, let's just keep it focused. I'll just change the colour of this as well. I like it in blue. Right, so this is the first setup that's still in place. So we have this large move here from the lows of 2012 to the highs of 2013. The longs are buying, there'll be a lot of longs that have bought inside this sort of 50% zone, or they may have bought for the 50% with stops buying the 61.8, and looking for a rotation higher to the 0.0% line, which stands at 1.3706. So that setup is still in play. And then you have this fib setup here from the highs of 2013 to the lows. I mean, yes, it is above the 61.8, but actually let's just look at it more in terms of a level. So change the colour of this line to a nice girly pink. I think pink's quite a good one. It stands out and it's quite easy on the eye as well. And obviously it's a completely different colour to all like the candlesticks and the moving averages, so that's the one I use. So yeah, this is off the 134s pretty much. Sellers coming out the 134 handle, and are trying to push this down to the lows. And also this is off of the 200 week moving average as well, as you can see. So that setup is still in place. So those two bigger longer term setups are still in play. But in terms of the shorter term move, which is also in play, which the longs will be interested in, is this one here from that low there. So the low, pretty much the low of 2013 to that recent swing high. Bang, straight off the 50% there, you can see. In fact, you can see it's clear on the daily chart. I just need to move this higher. So that move there. I'm just going to flip it back to the weekly, so there's a key moving average here. It's this one here, off the 50 week moving average and 50% zone to the pip. You can see that lovely retracement, nice reversal candle as well. I mean, yes, ideally you'd have wanted the body to be green there, but the lower wick is the key for me. And it just looks like it's in play. A lot of stops will be to break even, I would have thought, and they'll be looking for a rotation high into those highs there at 1.34. But of course you have the 200 week moving average there, so keep an eye out on that. So let's just flip it back to the daily. So yes, you have that set up there. So in terms of the daily chart, that's the main one, where I mean it's the low of this daily chart here to the high, nice obvious one there. But also what you have is the counter move from the high to that low. Bam, right off the 61.8, they're trying to push this one down. But yes, there's a key close above the 50% here, with a bit of lower wick and that 50-day moving average supporting as well. So it looks like the bigger long setup will prevail. But of course, there's nothing stopping it coming back down. But Yeah, that's basically the main fib move. There's a lovely daily reversal candle there, nice bullish candle off this 50% retracement, and it flew up. So that's what's been going on this week. It's been grinding higher here, and it's got above all these moving averages now, which is key to see. And you can see that 50 SMA is supporting. Cable, quite an interesting chart. Let's have a look at the weekly. The weekly's not that well. I mean, in terms of, let's just look at the recent weekly candles. You can see we're above these SMAs now. It's starting to get cap at the 50 week moving average. Then you had this sort of cluster here, so you had the 100 SMA and the 200. You can see we're above the 200 now. So key weekly close above this 200 SMA, and you'll be looking to take out the sort of highs around here. The highs are 2013. But of course, if you have a 78.6 fib or a 76.4, then that would be a key resistance up here as well. So that sort of shorter, the fib they're looking for shorts, looks like that could end up being a loser, that one. So it does look very bullish on the cable lot. So there's been some good economic data out of the UK, and that looks like it's been bringing it high. You can see we had this fib here from these lows to these highs here. Bam, straight off the 50% there, lovely rotation higher. And if you extend it to that high there, to this low, I think that was a 38.2, well, just shy of the 50% there, and that also played out. So if it does come back down, the fib I'll be looking for will be from the next dip there, that low there, to let's say the high here if it tops out. But it looks not really a massive sign of it looking like it wants to top out currently. It's above this resistance here as well, so cable's really just flying at the minute, and it looks like it would come up and test these 2013 highs. Dollar Swiss, on the daily it's all about these two setups here. So you have this move here from highs to lows, bam, off the 50%, sellers looking to bring this back down. And similar with the euro, you have a counter move there, so pretty much a mirror image chart of the euro dollar there. Whereas euro dollar you have that big long move, and then the counter short move. Opposite here you've got the big short move and the counter long move, which is currently holding a lovely little candle yesterday after 50 SMA. Nice lower wick there, although it did have a bit of upper wick, which has halted some of the gains, so it could be a slow grind higher. And if we get a daily close below the 61.8, then it will probably fail, to be honest with you. But no, it's still holding currently. So that's the outtake on the dollar Swiss. Very nice charts of the euro dollar and the dollar Swiss on that daily. Some really nice setups there, I think. Dollar yen, however, has been a bit messy, especially on the daily. Nothing massively of interest. You see we're above the 100-day moving average here, but it's not looking that great. I think the 4 hours more interesting. You've got some interesting moves going on here. That's not a great fib there. I think the one up here is a nice holding one. Yes, I think that's held. So from that high to this low here, yeah, that's a fib that held there. You can see that one lows to highs off the 50% to the pip. Nice rotation higher. But I think it's all about the levels now. You've got some key levels here. You've obviously got the 100 handle. So the 100 level there, and then you have just, I mean, in terms of like option expiries, a lot of big option expiries at the banks, etc., will be at the key round numbers. So you've got like the 100 handle, the 99.50s, and then 99 spot 00. And then if you flip it, so you can see there lovely daily candles there. You can see off this daily chart, nice spike. The 99 level has been fantastic, really lovely reversal candle there. You can see there, which held, rotated high. You can see around here, lovely closes above the 99 handle, rotated higher up towards the 100, sold back down to the 99.50s, rotated higher, and a similar thing here. Come back down to the 99 level, nice confluence with the 100-day moving average here, and it's rotated higher, slightly getting caps at the 100. So it's just playing this sort of this 100 pip range here. Just playing ping pong in between that, and that's the focus I'd really be looking at on the dollar yen, to be honest with you. And this is on this is the 4 hour chart, sorry. You can see it there on the daily as well. But if you're looking for more shorter term moves, even the 1 hour, it's playing quite nicely. You can see a lovely reversal here, but I think the 4 hour has been very, very clear what's been going on there on the dollar yen. Aussie dollar is still in grind high mode really after this huge sell-off. 4 hour fib I spotted yesterday from this dip here to the highs, getting held here at the 50% fib retracement. Lovely previous 4 hour candle here there, perfect hammer off of that. You can see lovely support off the 50%, and it looks like that could rotate higher. That's all I'm really focused on in the Aussie dollar. Dollar CAD's an interesting one. You've got this big trendline support here, which is still holding, and it looks like it just wants to come back down to that. If you flip it to the daily, it's just looking quite heavy here. We had two big top outs, and then this trendline support has also just broken, so it looks like it's just going to come back down and test this this trendline support. Just moved in there, but of course at the 200-day moving average here as well. But in terms of it's all about the sellers that are just in play. I think it's just been grinding lower. You'd be very brave to buy the dip before it gets down to the trendline support, in my opinion. Of course, at the fibs as well, this was a lovely fib off the 61.8. You can see that low there to that high there. Bam, 61.8 rotated higher. So then the next dip really will be from the low of this trendline here to that high. And you can see currently we are stalling at the 50%, but it's not a huge bounce. It's not like a dead cat bounce here. I would not be surprised to see it come down to 61.8 around here, and a nice conference with a trendline support. That could be a decent buying opportunity there if we get there. So yeah, I'll leave that on the chart, and when we do the video next week, see what's happening. Is it around that level? Because that could be an interesting buying opportunity. Okay, that's the forex done. Let's have a quick look at gold. Gold is still sort of like Aussie dollar is. After the big sell-off, it's still trying to grind higher. This trendline support was holding, but it now has been broken. Daily candlestick closed below, so the buyers will be hoping that this 50% holds here, which at the 13.05 we've already had some buyers coming in at that level. You can see the lower wick on that candlestick is already starting to hold. If you flip it to the 4 hour there, you can see it in more detail. Buyers coming in there. And also this fib is quite a good one as well, because the previous 61.8 is a nice support as well. So, but that's really the focus on gold. Really, I wouldn't be surprised to see that hold, to be honest with you, and rotate higher. But it's all about daily candle. I think it needs to close above this 50% here for it to rotate higher. If it closes below this, and then if it closes below this 61.8, then I think it's got no chance of holding, and I think we'll come back down and hit these lows around the 11.79s. Okay then, that's all for today. I hope you found that video useful. If there's any other pairs that you want to have a look at next week, then feel free to comment under the YouTube video, which I'll post up, or our Twitter feed, which is at AGM Markets. Hope you have a great rest of the week trading, and I'll catch you next week. Thanks for watching.